Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob Connor here, once again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at DC's Justice League movie DVD collection. I was actually checking to see if, because when it comes up, I'm not 100% sure whether the Justice League franchise consists of Wonder Woman and all the others as well, or whether it's just these two, or whether it's these four. When I was doing the research, it gave one thing that was showing these four together, but then there was another thing that was all of them. But for the Justice League, obviously it's one, and then they made the extended version of the exact same movie, which is the extended version by Zack Snyder. But I don't know if those, I'm not 100% sure whether, maybe someone could tell me. As I said, I'm not an expert on DC. I just know obviously of the characters, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and Flash, Aquaman and all that. And I've seen the movies a bunch of times. But as I say, one thing showed those and then these, all four together. Well, so I wasn't 100% sure on this. If I've messed this up, I do apologise. But it's supposed to just be, obviously this is not the whole DC thing, with Flash and Aquaman and all that. This was just meant to be Justice League. But as I said, I checked and it showed one thing that these are included. But I don't know if that. I'm not 100% sure that is the case, whether it's just these two separately or whether these two. So I just thought I'd do this video. But don't worry. As I say, if I mess this up and they're not included, then I do apologise. But if they are, then, and if the others are included as well, which I don't know are, then don't worry. As I said, if I've messed this up, I do apologise. But I will be doing a complete DC film with every single DC film that they've ever made, including the old Batman and Superman. So don't worry, I'll be doing. If I mess this up, will make up for it and do just a massive thing of all of the DC films. So I'll just do, but I won't be doing that until the Flash is released on DVD. And I don't have Shazam on DVD, so I need to get the old one as well, because I haven't even seen the old one. So I need to get that and the new one as well. So I've got to catch up on those. I've got to get both of those and the new Flash film. So when I get those, I'll be doing a complete thing of all the DC films that they've ever made. So don't worry about that. That will be coming on this channel. So stick with this channel, guys. You'll be getting, all the DVDs. Don't worry about anything. You'll be getting all the action films. You'll be getting all the stuff as well, and all the DC stuff. I might even look into getting the DVDs TV series, but you'll be getting all the films that have ever been released, all the films that are going to be released, and you're going to be getting everything on this channel. So don't worry about that. And also, I do apologise. I'm in the UK at the moment. I'm absolutely sweating hot. It's the summer, and it's got really hot again, and I'm absolutely sweating at the moment. So I do apologise. Right. Let's talk about. As I said, I don't know if this is definitely the right order. As I said, Man of Steel. I think I've talked about this on the Superman DVD collection. I think that was a short video, so I'm not too sure. Anyway, Man of Steel, obviously, you know the score. But it's a fantastic movie. I think it's one of the best films that they've ever done, to be honest. I remember watching it thinking, this is an absolutely fantastic Superman movie. It's just done really well. It's lengthy and it's fantastic all the way through. I can't find any faults. Alright, you might say it's overly long, but I think it's actually alright and needed to be overly long. And I think it's really fun and really enjoyable and really gripping and entertaining. And I can't find anything wrong with the movie at all, to be honest. I think it's really good all the way through. Loads of good action, a really good storyline, and yeah, I think I really like it. Most things about it, to be honest, it's really good. Yeah, and I think it's just one of the best ones. As I said, I checked one thing and it said it was in it, but I don't know. As I said, I'm going to be doing everything, you know, every DC film that's ever come out, you know. However, it might not include, probably not going to include, the only one it's probably not going to include is the new Aquaman film, The Lost Kingdom, which is obviously not coming out in December. So I'm going to probably do it before then. So it won't include, obviously, the ones that are new after that. But when Aquaman does come out, I'll be doing that, as well as Aquaman 1, you know, in a collection. But, you know, this DC video, if you like DC, hopefully you'll like that one. It's just going to be every DC film, you know, just everything. So that will be coming on this channel. So let's go on to obviously next. And as I say, I saw one thing that said this, you know, this was part of it, but as I said, to be honest, it comes up as different things. You know, the DC thing with all of them, or just these. But as I said, I wasn't 100% sure. As I said, I just know of the characters and I've seen the movies a bunch of times. As I said, but yeah, I'll be doing all of the DC films anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. So obviously, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, and to be fair, this is a, I mean, you know, it's, you know, two of the biggest, well, they are the biggest two DC characters of all time, Batman and Superman, and to bring them into a movie together, you know, it's brilliant, fantastic idea, you know, and the movie doesn't disappoint, to be honest. It's absolutely, you know, it's absolutely fantastic all the way through. You might say it's too long, but I think, yeah, films like this have got to be long, to be honest, to tell the story. And yeah, it's a pretty epic thing. And I can't find any faults at all with it. I think it's gripping all the way through. I'm very interested as well because they sort of portray Batman as sort of like, you know, it's portrayed sort of like a villain sort of in it, or sort of an anti-villain, sort of the bad guy. I don't really like that sort of version of Batman because he's supposed to be mainly a hero, but they sort of portray him as he's actually mainly, you know, Superman's the hero, you know, as he always is, and Batman's sort of like the, he is really sort of like the villain, sort of in this, before he sort of, you know, teams up with Superman at the end to fight the villain. I can't think of the villain's name, but you know, it's a massive battle at the end, and then obviously Superman gets presumably killed in it. Well, obviously, you know, Superman's indestructible, so he comes back in Justice League, you know, so, you know, but it's quite sad because obviously you think that is it, Superman's dead, and it's, you know, quite a sad ending, you know, quite an epic, it's a really epic ending as well. Wonder Woman's involved as well, so it's the three of them, Wonder Woman, Batman and Superman versus the villain, so I can't think of his name, but it's an epic battle, yeah, and it's a fantastic film, to be honest. It doesn't disappoint. Yeah, it's pretty good, to be honest. Now going on to obviously what is the actual Justice League title of the film. I'm not sure if I talked about it on one of the previous videos. I'm not sure if I talked about it when I was doing Batman or whether I was doing Super, but yeah, I find it a bit complicated because, you know, let's say you've got Superman films, and you've got Batman films, and you've got sort of the crossover, then you've got all of them together. Um, but the thing is, with these, it's sort of, they start doing one thing, then they do another thing, then they do a crossover, then they do Justice League, then they do a movie which just one character on its own, like The Flash, and to me, it seems like it's a bit messed up. To me, it should be, or the way I see it, they should make the films like a third, second, and third of each film first, and then start doing the things where it's multiple characters and Justice League. But that's the way I see it. I like to do things in some sort of order. I don't like to do things all messy and just hickety-pickledy, as some people say, just doing stuff randomly. I mean, I don't personally. I like to do things in some sort of order. Otherwise, you just get stuff. It's like, you know, if you're going to be a collector and just buy randomly just stuff, to me, I don't personally do that. I just get stuff that's I pick off, and actually want. I don't just get any old thing and just keep adding and adding, because you're just going to keep doing that forever, and just getting loads of stuff, and you're just going to end up with a mountain. You're going to end up in a mountain of stuff. Just keep getting everything and everything. It's just, it ends up, it's going to be too much sooner or later, isn't it? You're going to just end up with a mountain. You're going to end up with a man cave where you're going to be just swimming in a pile of stuff. And it's just not good. I think you should just pick a few things and just stick to that and just keep adding to that, rather than keep going every single thing. Anyway, so Justice League, yeah, it's pretty good, to be honest. I quite like it. I can't think of anything wrong with it, to be honest. I don't know, other than maybe it's too short, but I think, to be honest, I think it still works with it being too short. The only thing is, I think there's someone said about sometimes it feels like the characters are indestructible, but they're superheroes. They're going to be pretty hard to beat and so-called indestructible. But they do like get battered a few times when they're taking on villains. But other than that, they've got superpowers. So they're going to be quite hard and tough. But other than that, the film's all really good all the way through, and good action, and loads of good scenes. So now moving on to, obviously this isn't a sequel, this is the remake of that with the extended, so this is like including everything they took out in this is on this. So like all the deleted scenes and outtakes, they've made this into like a remake of a longer, better, certainly better version of that, with everything in, and it works out about, I think the first part's like 2 hours and 15 or 20 minutes, and I think the next second part is about, I'm not sure if it's over an hour, or I don't know if it's over an hour and 40. I think it works out like 3.5 to 4 hours, the whole thing. And it's, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fantastic, and it's seeing everything, seeing all the deletions and everything, and seeing the whole thing, all together at once, with all the things included and all the extra scenes. It's just one big awesome thing of just all the DC characters, and then the whole thing of the Justice League, is epic. Now, the thing is about this though, it's for it being as a film, no, it's way too long. I don't think any film, doesn't matter what it is, should be longer than 2.5 hours at the most. Because it's any film, if you're going to the cinema or whether you're watching at home, if it's longer than 2.5 hours, going into 3 hours, it's just way too long, for any film. Because you're in a situation where you need to have 2.5 hours spare, to watch it all in one go. Otherwise, you've got to watch a bit and then a bit again later. And I don't like to do that. I just like to watch a film all in one go. But then, as I said, you've got to find the time to watch. Sometimes it's easier with 1.5 hours, 2 hours. But if it's 2.5 hours, sometimes you don't really sometimes have that spare time just all in one go to watch a film. And as I said, anything longer is just like way too much all in one go. So I think as a film, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's good and it's epic, and it's brilliant and all that. But for it being a film, it's way too long. And I actually think they should have done it as a series, like an 8-part series, where it being like 4 hours, or they could have done it longer. Actually, they could have probably doubled that and made it longer, or even like 4 parts. Or I don't know, somehow they could have worked it out and done a series of the film version of it, rather than it actually being a film, because it's just too long. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. But other than that, it's pretty epic, and it's just fantastic. Yeah, but as I said, guys, I do apologise if I've messed this up, but don't worry, I'm going to be doing a full collection of DC every film, so don't worry about it. I'm going to wrap this up, guys, because I'm absolutely sweating and I'm hot. So guys, hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, it's very important. I'll get your support, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, bye for now, see you soon.